What is going on, world? It's your boy Mikey SB, and today we are so blessed to be alive. But y'all already knew that, man. Quit playing. This is the first of many, basically an artist tip video from an artist to another artist to an aspiring creator. How to maneuver in the game, how to package your music or whatever you're creating, how to brand yourself, how to do all that. I'm going to go over a bunch of tips and tricks from my personal experience, and I'm going to give you game, essentially. Take it how you want to take it, but these are tips, tactics, and strategies that I personally use for my own rollouts, and I'm going to give them to you guys because I feel like everybody should know these. And I can only lead a horse to water. I can't force the horse to drink, so I'm not afraid to tell people openly how I promote my stuff, how I carry myself, how I brand myself, because I know that a lot of people aren't going to do it, and even if they do it, you ain't just going to do it like me. So, with that said, this first video is about, should I get my music professionally mixed and mastered, or am I okay with recording at my house, mixing it, and mastering it myself? So this is a big debate. I know a lot of people on both sides, a lot of successful people who mix and master their own stuff, or to some extent, and then get it mixed and mastered professionally. I also know a lot of people, including myself, who go to a studio or record it at home and send things off to get mixed and mastered. Totally personal preference. What I want to talk about is the pros and cons of both, right? So when you're, don't get me wrong, I demo records at my studio all day. You could see my home studio setup right here. I demo records all day here. I think it's wonderful to be able to have the capability and the resources to demo music yourself, even to fully record your stuff. And if you're an engineer and you're or you're skilled and knowledgeable and you're confident in your craft, then go ahead and engineer it yourself, master it yourself, and run with it. Nothing wrong with that, especially if you're on a budget. So what I think about recording it yourself and mixing and mastering yourself without going to a professional studio, I love it. If you are keen at that and you really enjoy the sound that you've got going for you, and it's working for you, then screw it. Don't change it up. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, like they always say. And I really believe that that's true. Again, if you're on a budget, then especially if you have a home studio, don't even trip. Record it yourself, do your own thing. That is totally cool. On the other hand, mixing and mastering professionally, or going to a studio and having an audio engineer record you, track your vocals, and then mix and master it, I am also a big fan of. I've been going to my guy, HD Studios 954, my boy HD, High Def 954. Go follow him right here. Amazing dude. I was with him since he was $20 an hour back in 2011, 2012. And to me back then, I would literally come home from school. I would have these raps that I've written, and I'd call Peanut. That's what we used to call him. And I'd be like, yo, Peanut, you got a session for today? Are you open for today? I'd come through, $20. I'd record the rap that I wrote, and I would drop it on SoundCloud immediately. SoundCloud, that's another video that I want to talk about. But yeah, man, so I am a big fan. Nowadays, I'm still going to Peanut. A little bit more money, but the value is there. Value-based relationships. I hire somebody to do the job, and he does the job extremely well, and I leave that to him. I do give my input here and there, tidbits. I'll say, yo, can we change this, change that? All these audio engineers are super skilled. They have their own kind of way they want to do it, but then they're also very open to change. It's your product at the end of the day, and they just want to make you happy. So hit up my boy HD954 if you need some mixing and mastering by a professional audio engineer, and that's where I go. So release to release, let's say I'm writing right here, I'm in my place in Fort Lauderdale, I might demo some vocals on the setup that you saw right here, and then, I might listen to it for week on week or day on day, and then one day I might be like, all right, this one's ready to go, and then I'll either take the stems from that if it's clean enough, and I'll send it to Peanut, to HD, to mix and master via the stems, or I will just go ahead, take the whole idea that I created here, demoed here at home for free, bring it into the studio. Now I'm weathered with it. I know all the lyrics to the song. I don't have to look at any notes. I've already came up with additional melodies, and now it's time to go when I'm in the studio. By the way, go stream that new single, Time to Go Now, produced by my boy Shiggy on all platforms. Go get that, man. But yeah. So simple as that. I personally demo and I record at home, but then I also get my stuff mixed and mastered for professional release when it comes to releasing. Because as Peanut puts it, it's all about first impression. And I want my stuff to sound really good first impression. And forever, people have been telling me, yo, I love your lyrics. I love your songs. I love how they sound. And I always refer people to Peanut HD Studios 954. Again, what's your purpose? If your goal is, I just want to put out music, I want to put them out fast, and I want to put them out cheap, record it yourself. If you already have the setup, no harm, no foul. Eventually, you might get to a point where you want to put out a bigger release or, attract another audience or impress somebody more than you already are, or just up your quality in general, and you might go, you might want to hire somebody who does that all day, like a professional audio engineer. But again, no harm, no foul in recording it yourself. Now, if you want a very, very high quality product and, you're not necessarily getting it at home, please, please, please go to my boy High Def 954, HD Studios 954, or the equivalent, and go find somebody who does this job fully and let them take care of that. Let them worry about it, Let them, give somebody the liability. Hey, this guy's a pro. I'm going to let him deal with that. That's one less thing you have to worry about as an artist. Because as you know, if you're branding yourself and you're building your portfolio, your catalog as an artist, you're taking social media content, you're out here promoting yourself for this one big vision that one day you will be popping and you will be chasing your dreams and doing what you love for a living. Well, there's a lot to do, and you might want to start delegating responsibility here and there where you see fit. So with all that being said, how do I feel about it? I think either way, there's pros and cons to both of them. If you want to mix and master your own stuff and put out the stuff that you mix and master, all power to you. I have a bunch of friends that really do that, and they kill it. My buddy Monte Harris crushes it. Go follow my boy Monte Harris, man. Totally crushes it, mix and masters himself. I'd call him a perfectionist, very passionate about his craft, about the whole process, about every aspect of it. For a guy like him, all day, do it yourself. If you got the time and the energy and the patience to do it, and you've been doing it forever and you're getting really, really, really freaking good at it, do it. No harm, no foul. Even a guy like him, eventually, take it to the next level, or if there's another level, take it there, and you could always go to the studio. I also know another homie, Norman Perry, crushing it, records a lot of his own stuff. Fucking killing it. Go follow my boy Norman Perry, man. But on the other hand, the mixing and mastering, I'm just a fan of delegating responsibility, just like I do my boy Cause Traffic. Follow Cause Traffic for cover art. Same thing. I let the artist do the art thing. I make some of my covers, but they're not as high quality as I want them to be, and I don't have all the tools and resources to get my ideas out like I'd want to, so I just leave somebody who does it all day and who's really skilled at that to go ahead and handle that, get that off my plate. Of course, I might give some feedback or some ideas, but a lot of the times, like a dude like Cause Traffic, I'll just say, yo, Trev, here's a new song, listen to it, cook me up some art, hit me when it's ready, and quick turnaround time, and it ensures a professional package and a professional rollout for the look that I'm going for personally. So with that said, again, pros and cons to both mixing, mastering at your home and releasing, and as well to mixing and mastering in a professional studio. Both are options that are excellent. Either way, if you can afford your own home studio setup, get that regardless. But also mixing and mastering in a professional studio costs money. Some studios were $20 an hour back in the day. You might still get $20 an hour, but a lot of the time starting at like $50 an hour, and that could just be for recording and rough mixing, and then mastering on top of that could be an additional $50 an hour or $100 flat fee or $150. It all depends who you go to and who you work with. So, and the relationships you build value-based relationships. That is so key. So just to recap again, don't be afraid to record yourself at home, just like I do at this setup right here. Don't be afraid to demo vocals yourself, and even if you can't afford going to a professional studio and you got to work with what you got, go ahead and put the shit out. If you're on an iPhone, headphones, or you're on your AirPods and you're cutting a record from a beat from YouTube, go ahead and just put it out, man. There's no harm, no foul in putting stuff out, because you can always grow release to release, and I think it's very cool to be transparent with the growth process and show people that you can grow grow, release on release. People are into seeing things how they really are. Humans relate to humans. Nobody's perfect. So your first tries are your worst tries, you know, so go ahead and just put the stuff out. Again, on the other hand, if you are ready for professional mixing and mastering, or if you want to try it, please do not be afraid to. I've been to a plethora of studios here in the South Florida region, also around the world, out in LA and New York. And I've had amazing experiences at all of them. Everyone is different. Find an engineer, an audio engineer who mixes some stuff that sounds like what you want to sound like. Find somebody who's relatable and understands your vision, and somebody who maybe you know, is affordable, or maybe you want somebody super expensive. Find somebody in the price range that you're looking to pay for, and you're good to go. Either way, at the end of the day, you know, create. Your first tries are your worst tries, baby. And I'm not lying to you. I've been doing this for maybe 7-8 years, where I've been paying for everything myself, really just investing into myself. Haven't made a lot of money. I'm not in this for the money. If it was about the money, I would have quit back in year 1, year 2, back in 2011, 2012. So just chase your dreams, do what you love. And no matter if you can afford mixing and mastering right now or not, just go ahead and put your stuff out. Because content is king in this day and age. It's an attention game, as Gary Vee says, and I'm a big proponent of content. So go follow me on Instagram at itsmikesb. Like and subscribe this video. Like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel, Pot Entertainment. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed this series where I'm going to talk about issues that I went through as an artist, I'm going to talk about tips and tricks and you know, failures and growth episodes. You know, things that I've learned and things that I'm going through, all from experience. So if you enjoy the content that I'm creating right here within this episode, please drop a comment, please like, please subscribe, and make sure to go check out the channel. I've got all my music videos on there. I'll add some in the cards right here. You know, we've got thrifting vlogs with my brand, Everything Vintage, and my boy Scott. So just get it, man. Get it. Don't be afraid to be you. And again, chase your dreams, do what you love, and get your money. What does that mean? That means be that best you that you could possibly be. Quit hating on people. Just be happy. Spread love, man. Let's go.
To the show, man. Gotta show my people how it goes, man. Yeah, I'm feeling right, cheers. They ain't living life like